Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Atlas Loom, an exploration of world building for tabletop and beyond. My name is Endeavorance, and with me, as always, is a skydiver who literally just jumped from the plane, Diana of the Rose.
Yeah, landed and hair is still perfect. Wouldn't you know?
It's really impressive how you managed to do that. We are here to talk to you about the Atlas Loom, a podcast that we are making together without a script, as you can tell. So, Diana, something that's really important, and I would bet you would agree, is that before you take your first step into a world that you have built, it's important to sit down and have a session zero with everyone who's going to be involved in this sort of collective storytelling you're about to do, and just set up some parameters and get a collective understanding of what we are about to be doing here. And I think it would be great for us to do that for our listeners.
Yes, indeed. For those who aren't aware, my name is Diana, also known as Diana of the Rose, on pretty much every platform. I am a tabletop RPG TikToker for the most part. I talk a lot about D&D and how you can get into it, world building made easy, solving problems as a GM, and I'm joined here by Endeavorance.
And if we haven't had the pleasure, my name is Endeavorance. You can find everything I do at endeavorance.camp. I am a storyteller. I've been a tabletop GM for too long. Just way too long. And I have been building worlds and telling stories since as long as I can remember.
Between the two of us, we have a couple decades worth of GMing experience, world building experience. And so we decided to sit down and make the Atlas Loom, which is just a podcast where we make it real easy for you guys. Essentially, we are taking all the complex aspects of world building, all these massive questions, these big parts of entire storylines of lore that you have to sit down and write. And we are breaking it down into small pieces. So that way it is digestible, bite-sized, and we're helping you make sure that you're asking yourself the right questions as you go along.
And something that I think we're both really excited about here is that we are not limiting ourselves to simply tabletop. We are both very well versed in tabletop storytelling and world building for tabletop campaigns. But we want to explore building worlds for the fun of building worlds, in addition to bringing them to life for the people at your table and just any friends that you might want to take on a journey with you.
Yeah. At the beginning, when we said it's an exploration of world building for tabletop and beyond, that took us days to make that the tagline. So
it took us days and several trips to Bed Bath & Beyond to get that inspiration. If you are looking for a podcast that has a whole lot of foresight into the very specific topics that we're going to be going through and can stay on task and not veer off too much into the fluffier areas, you might want to take another turn. But if you're here for a good time and just being excited about world building and having fun with the endless creativity that is available to all of us, that is what we are here for. So apologies in advance. We're just going to issue a standard blanket apology ahead of time for the myriad diversions that we will find ourselves in, but also not actually sorry about it.
And it's not just going to be us either. We know our limits. So occasionally we will be bringing in some of your favorite content creators in the world building sphere. We've got people who have starred in actual plays, people who do voice acting, anything that you can think of, anything you want information on when it comes to world building. We've got answers, and we've got people who've got answers if we don't have the answers.
This is a podcast about collaborative fiction. And I don't think that it would be complete without input from all of you, the listeners. We are going to be calling you our Worldweavers, and we would love to hear from you. We've set up a place for you to send us thoughts, questions, clarifications, things that you would like to hear us talk about on the podcast. So if you would like to send us a wish, you can simply email wish@theatlasloom.com. And we will be doing our level best to stay on top of that inbox and incorporating anything relevant we can into episodes. And we'll try to let you know what's on our mind, what's on the roadmap, so that if you've got any good, juicy ones to load up into the old email cannon, you can send that our way, and we'll feature it. This is going to be a great podcast.
I thought that was really good. You nailed it. You can also head to theatlasloom.com, and from there you'll be able to see all of our episodes, any announcements we have, resources related to the episodes, and you can also subscribe where you can get all those episodes, announcements, and resources straight to your inbox. Now, if you really enjoy the podcast and you want to show your support, you can become what we call Gilded Worldweavers, real fancy. Our gilded
The fanciest.
super fancy. Our gilded Worldweavers get access to the ability to comment on our posts on the website, but also access to bloopers, cut segments that we had to get rid of for the sake of time, and even entire bonus episodes.
There's going to be a lot of questionable material among the cut content. I'm the one editing this show. I'm just going to put this out here. I'm the one editing this show. There's a lot of cut content.
And it's so good. It's so funny. The amount of air we have, oh my God, that's just us doubled over in laughter, both off camera. Just
if you want to experience the innate absurdity of trying to produce a podcast, Gilded World Weaving is the way to go. If you would like to follow us on whatever your favorite social media site is, we are at the Atlas Loom everywhere. So whatever site exists, just go to the Atlas Loom. And if you don't find us, that's because you don't exist anymore. Because, as I said, we are everywhere as the Atlas Loom. Besides that, episode 1 is available right now. You can find it and all of our future episodes wherever you get your podcasts. You might even be listening to this already on the app that you can use to listen to the next episode, in which case you're way above and beyond. Thank
Amazing.
You for being you. Incredible.
Gold star. What a go-getter.
Seriously.
What a champ.
Well, I think this has gone on long enough. And I think instead of continuing to listen to us talk about the podcast that we're going to be talking in, we should just wrap it up and have people go listen to the actual podcast. Sound good?
Yeah, I'm down. It's a really good podcast, guys.
I think it's a great podcast. I think universally everyone can agree it's a great podcast.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Rave reviews.
My name is Endeavorance. With me, as always, is Diana of the Rose. We are absolutely thrilled to bring you the Atlas Loom.